Hi everybody, Dr. Mandy here, and I am hopping on to talk about the one thing that I would say most patients forget when we are fitting hearing aids and we're going through the orientation of how to put them in and clean them and take care of them. But before we get to that, I want you to go ahead and click the subscribe button. It is down on the right hand side as a little bell. If you click it, and you will be able to follow our videos, and then you will get notification every time we have a new video that we post. Okay, so back to the one thing that most patients, or I would say forget, the most common thing is to, when the hearing aid's not working, is to change the wax trap. And a lot of patients are like, well, what's the wax trap, aka filter? Well, we have about 8 to 10 different manufacturers that we work with. And a lot of the parts and pieces that they all use for wax traps and filters are not compatible. So there's a lot of confusion sometimes. So why do we have wax traps? Well, wax traps keep the wax out of our hearing aids and keep the sound to go through so we get the full effect of the hearing aids. And if those get plugged with wax, and if we're not cleaning our hearing aids on a daily basis, we are not going to get the full benefits of our hearing aids. And most patients will tell you, my aids don't sound as loud, or it sounds dead. It's charged. I changed the battery. It's still not working. Our number one question is, did you change the wax trap? And then the conversation goes into, well, what is that? Well, that's, I would say, the biggest thing that we all forget about when we have our hearing aids. So, what is a wax trap, aka filter? I'm going to show you. The most common hearing aid that most patients have is an over-the-ear hearing aid. I pulled off the rubber piece, but inside here, you have a little white filter. So, this happens to be a Phonak hearing aid. Phonak and Unitron are manufactured in the same facility, so they use the same parts. So if you have a Unitron hearing aid, you're going to see the same wax trap, aka filter, setup. So some filters have sticks. This manufacturer and Unitron do not use sticks. They have these little disc type things. They're called Sioux shields. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out and I'm going to show you how this particular manufacturer sets up their wax trap and how to use them. Okay, so we have a two-step process. We have one, which is garbage. Number two has the new filter. So if you have a Phonak or a Unitron hearing aid, this is what you're going to do. You're going to pull off your rubber piece and you're going to stick this receiver end tip into number one, and it's going to snap. So you're going to push, you'll feel it, and you're going to pull out the old filter. So the old filter is in there. And then you're going to go in number two, step two, and you're going to push, it'll snap, and there's your new filter. This is a great two-step process to replacing your filter, aka wax trap, with Unitron and Phonak hearing aids. These are going to be probably your last 2 years of technology. If you have hearing aids that are older than that, you're probably looking at something like this, which is very similar to Resound, Starkey, Insignia. They all have a similar setup. They just might be different colors, or they might be not quite the same wax trap size. So this is kind of what you're looking at. And Oticon has something very similar. It kind of looks like a rainbow, but it still has the same wax trap on how to replace. So these sticks in Oticons are, I'm going to show you how to replace these. So these are going to be your other manufacturers. And blue is Starkey right now, and then we've got the old Phonak, Resound, newer Resound will have a gray or a white package. So I'm actually going to use Starkey because that's what I'm wearing. And I'm going to take out my hearing aid. So if your wax trap is on a stick, no matter what style you have, this is how you're going to replace the wax trap. So we have our new filter here, wax trap. This end is empty. So this is the end that's going to take out the old filter. So what you're going to do is you're just going to push this in. It's going to pull out the old filter. There's the old filter. And then you're going to turn this around, and then you're going to stick in the new filter, push it in, pull it out, and it's released. So that is how you replace your wax traps if yours requires a stick. If you have Phonak and Unitron, you're going to have the Sioux Shield disc. And if you forget how to do it, there are instructions on the inside of the package. So I hope this helps. Again, if you're having trouble with your hearing aids, 80% of the problem is you probably didn't clean it, or if you did clean it, you didn't get all the wax out, so you need to replace the filter, aka wax trap. If you have any questions or need help doing some of this stuff, you can certainly call our office, even if you got your hearing aids elsewhere. Just remember, we do have 2 locations. We have a Sioux Falls Audiology, which is on the southeast side of Sioux Falls, and then we have our new Madison office. Well, it's not quite new. We're about 1.5 years old at that location out by the lake. So if you have any questions and you need to stop by, please give us our office a call at 605-306-3050. Thank you.
We are here to help. If you want to chat with Dr. Mandy, go to SiouxFallsAudiologyAssociates.com.